He was despised. Isaiah describes someone who would be despised and rejected, not celebrated, not admired, not accepted by everyone, rejected. And here is something powerful. Being rejected does not automatically mean you are rejected by God. People can misunderstand you. People can walk away. People can judge you by what they see. They can look at your season and conclude that nothing good can come from this. But Isaiah 53 shows us something completely different. Sometimes what looks insignificant to people is carrying something far greater than they understand. So don't let people's rejection become your identity. Their opinion is not God's final word over your life. A man of sorrows. Isaiah calls him a man of sorrows. That means God understands suffering. He understands tears. He understands rejection. He understands loneliness. He understands what it feels like to carry pain that other people don't understand. So when you are hurting, you are not speaking to a God who is unfamiliar with suffering. He knows what it feels like to be rejected. He knows what it feels like to be misunderstood. He knows what it feels like when people turn against you. And that is why your pain does not make you invisible to God. Then Isaiah says something that should make you stop. We esteemed him stricken, smitten by God, and afflicted. In other words, they looked at the suffering and drew the wrong conclusion. They thought God must have abandoned him, but they were wrong. And sometimes we make the same mistake. You look at someone's struggle and assume they have been forgotten. You look at your own circumstances and assume God must be angry. But Isaiah 53 teaches us that what you see is not always what God is doing. The cross looked like defeat, but it became victory. The grave looked like the ending, but resurrection was coming. Never judge the entire story by one painful chapter. Then Isaiah gives one of the most powerful declarations in Scripture. By his wounds we are healed. Think about the mystery of that. Very place where there was injury became connected to healing. The wound did not have the final word. The suffering did not have the final word. The rejection did not have the final word. God brought redemption through what looked like destruction. You may be looking at your scars while God is looking at your testimony. You may be looking at what you lost while God is preparing what comes next. You may be asking, why did I have to go through that? One day you may realize, now I understand what God was building in me. Isaiah says, surely he has borne our griefs and carried our sorrows. He carried what we could not carry. That's the heart of this chapter. You don't have to pretend you're okay when you're not. You don't have to hide your pain from God. Bring it to him. Bring the disappointment, bring the betrayal, bring the questions, bring the tears, bring the things you don't understand. God can handle the truth of your broken heart. You don't have to clean yourself up before you come to him. Come as you are. Isaiah says he was oppressed and he was afflicted, yet he opened not his mouth. There are moments when silence is powerful. You don't have to answer every accusation. You don't have to defend yourself against every rumor. You don't have to chase everyone who misunderstood you. Sometimes the strongest thing you can do is remain faithful while God handles the judgment. Not every battle requires your response. Some battles require your trust. Isaiah 53 teaches us something that can change how you look at your entire life. Pain does not always mean punishment. Rejection does not always mean abandonment. Silence does not always mean absence. And what looks like the end may be the beginning of something you cannot yet see. Don't let the pain convince you that God has forgotten you. Your scars are not the end of your story. Because Isaiah 53 points us to the greatest truth. God can take what looks like defeat and turn it into redemption. So keep believing, keep walking, keep trusting. Because the chapter you are crying over today may become the testimony you thank God for tomorrow. Isaiah 53, they saw the wound, but God saw the purpose. Never confuse the pain of the process with the absence of God. We must trust in his plan.